Greetings all, Shark Bix in there. Hi, Feely. Hi, Long Roger. Boo Boy just left. I had to wait to say goodbye before I started the stream, so that's why I'm a little late. Okay, so do you remember where I was at? This one looks like a booger. A booger. A booger. What are you doing? Ooh, it's not where I thought it was gonna go. You know, she looks like the dress she's wearing, like the old-fashioned straight jackets for children. That's what she looks like she's wearing. I don't know why you would need that. This is I don't like this one. It's harder to control. Stop barking. I know. One person after another is different people. I might have to stop the stream for just a moment, in a half an hour, because my son is supposed to have somebody who's supposed to come and be his in-home support service. We've been having issues with that, and so I'm hoping that. Ooh, oh, ouch! What the hell? Okay, can I just go here then? Does that save me? Yes. Okay, I see. She's in her. She's in her thing.
I feel tired. Sometimes I just want to be alone. I just need silence.
I like her voice.
Didn't you say you didn't need anything besides your friends, your castle, and your books? What happened to that?
Oh, this is really weird. Ooh, that was close too. Oh, Boo Boy's gone.
My friends leave me alone when I tell them
It's
to.
Dad Day.
And the problem is that I don't. Right? Sorry.
Trying to figure out what character is this. Is this her sad side? You can't go. Oh, I see. Is the shady part of her the sad side? Am I a liability? Yeah, I feel like that sometimes.
I have nowhere else to go but to you.
Am I a liability?
Oh, fuck, that's not what I want to do. Why would I do that one? Oh, I don't know how that works. I feel like I'm missing something. No. I've been having shortness of breath all day, so it's a little hard. Where'd she go? And how would she? Maybe she walks it across. Nope. Gotta jump way over there. Fuck. I might have to start the chapter over because I can't get the height I need, so. We're in Act 3, right? Okay. Oh. Alright, I know why. I'm sorry, I thought I did something wrong. Have fun time over there with the unkempt on Roger. You can put his Twitch, I can put his Twitch in. Is he streaming now? Enjoy yourself. Oh, yep. So let me put him in, and then me and Feely will hang out together. So this is Roger's favorite, one of Roger's favorite streamers. So if y'all would, you can all just go over and hang out, say hi. Don't even like that game. He's playing Dead by Daylight. If anybody really cares about that. There you go. You guys want to see it? If you want to go see him, if you like Dead by Daylight, not a real preference of that for myself. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna said hi to that. So I'm just gonna throw this out here. There's a new streaming platform called Kick, and I'm thinking I might take a look at it. A lot of people are saying that they really enjoy it. You can do a lot more on it without being affiliate, so I thought that might be fun to try. Nope, I still can't figure out how to do that. Oh. Obviously I can jump to the side, so I just have to get to the side to jump at it. Okay, let's do, can I go this way? Oh, God. Can't do it that way. What if I'm supposed to jump into it?
I have nowhere else to go but to you.
Am I a liability?
You're bugging me. What if I don't? What if I go like this? Go lay down. No.
Somebody at the door?
Yeah. Yeah, it's for Eddie though. Can you come in for a minute? The dog won't hurt you.
Watch the cat. He ran down here.
In the middle.
Right there.
Bark.
Hi.
Right here, will just bark. That's all she'll do. She'll know if you're a new person, so she'll just bark at you. And even when you're not a new person, she'll still bark at you. This one, Will, he's the support dog.
Okay.
Well, they both are, but he is Eddie's support dog, and he will jump up to kiss you on the nose.
Oh, okay.
He's done that since he was a puppy, but Eddie's like 6'1" now. So
Oh my God.
he can't jump up and do that anymore. Okay, so you plan? I'm just gonna ask you: are you planning to be his for however long, or are you here just as they drop it?
Drop in today. I work in the office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I told them you're gonna be the fourth person I told this.
Oh my.
We do not want a drop.
Oh, you want ongoing?
Has to be an ongoing. I have a person now who would like to do that, so
Okay.
I'm waiting for a call back from Vera to find out how we set that up.
Yay.
Otherwise, it'd be fine, but because of how his social skills are, he is higher functioning, but his anxiety is extremely high with people he doesn't know.
Yes.
And whereas he doesn't have a problem with your male and female, he's already told people that, it will take him quite anywhere from a month to 6 months to feel comfortable enough for you to get any type of work done with him. So it needs to be a person that can show up.
Be here consistently.
And then if you can't, and says, oh, hey, I can't be there next Thursday, it's not going to be a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be the same face all the time. You can push on it a little bit. This one likes to get out. That's what she's doing. She's trying to figure out a way. Yeah, like, oh, you're a new person. You'll let me out.
Mommy.
Yeah.
So cats.
Oh, well, this one's a gremlin. There's another one who doesn't like people. She's really not a cat. She is, as my daughter says, she's the most feral cat that you've ever gotten. That's not feral. She's like a very wild cat. They were found. Yeah, they were found as kittens, and she was really young when my daughter got her. And so, she wants to go outside so bad, but this is not a good place if the road's right out there. And so we're planning on moving to the backyard and she likes to go outside. Yeah, because she'd rather be outside. She's one. I've had another one like that. Would rather be outside than indoor, and they get out any way they can.
They're like, I need to use my hunting skills.
The other one didn't care. So because I called the scheduling today, and they're like, somebody's supposed to show up, but I'm like, he didn't get a message. See, this is interesting. Yeah. Some of you guys are not communicating well. Come on in, hurry up. Come on in.
Hi.
Faster. I have a little cat that likes to try to get out, and now she's under the bed. Okay, so are you temporary also, that you were just dropping in today?
I'm a care coordinator.
You're the care coordinator?
Yes. It's Vera.
Vera, I called you.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, okay, so she was saying she's just a drop-in as well.
She's a fill-in.
Right, so we can't do that with it. Eddie it'll take up to a month, 3 months for him to even get where he can have a conversation with the person in a way that will be effective. And then he'd prefer if they can't make it, like they're sick or they have to go someplace, they don't come.
Okay. And that's part of why I'm taking over my the cases that are intellectual or developmental disabilities, and that's part of why I am taking that over, because I know to ask questions like that whenever we do our intake. So I can make a note of that. And you don't want to fill in.
So I have my daughter's partner who lives here with us.
Okay.
I wanted to see if we could use her because he's going to be moving out, and then she could go to his house once a week. I know they said they don't like it when they're living here, but he's not going to be living here much longer. I mean, the longest he'll be here is 6 months. But the plan is he's already put in an application. He's already got some friends. They're waiting for an answer back. His problem is he has no credit. So he's trying to
my
build
gosh, I was
credit.
thinking about that the other day with some of my other clients. I remember trying to get a credit.
Right. So he's trying to build the credit. If
Yeah.
I had known he needed 6 months, like if they had people when I called, somebody could tell me that, then I would have started him with a starter credit card last year.
Yeah.
Because he had the SSI and he could have just paid $45 a month and just worked on that.
Yeah.
But we didn't know that. We thought that some places will take you with no credit. He knows net down.
Oh, he does.
He it's because you're new and you're excited and you like people. He'll just keep doing it. He'll only do one or twice up here, and if you look nope. Come. Sit. Down. No. Down. Stay. He won't stay, but he's Eddie's support dog.
Oh,
So he'll do nose to face with everyone it meets. And then he'll think I'm attacking him because my voice for some reason irritates him. So I'm gonna put you in the bathroom if you don't stop it.
Cute.
Right.
Well,
He strained or broke his ligaments in his knee, $6,000 to replace it. I told him they can't. I said, are there grants for support animals? There are, but we're on this huge waiting list. So I'm like, never mind, don't worry about it. So he's going with me. He won't be able to stay in the apartment, but yeah. Up on the bed.
my doggy hurt her hip the other day. Her leg slid off the back of our trampoline and under the mat, and so she was.
Yeah. See, that's what he did. He was playing in the ball at the park, and he slid in the mud.
Yeah.
And he's done that before in his front legs, and he'll hop around for a while, and then he pulls out the little bit, we rub it, and everything's good.
Yeah.
But I took him to we had to take him to the vet because it was 2 months, and he won't use it, and he still won't use it a whole lot. But he wants to go out to the park and play, and it's too muddy. I don't want to take it until I have a backyard, and then I'll just throw the ball. He'll throw the ball here too, yeah. But I trained him to, the only problem I couldn't train him because I got sick was when we're outside, so I couldn't get a support license. But he works as an EA, but I can't get him as an actual federal because I have to be able to take him on the bus or things like that. Eddie would have to have been able to take him on a bus and control him, and he just likes to meet everybody.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you?
I've looked into it for myself too. It's a complicated process, and there's not a whole lot of there's information, but it's just a lot of sorting through stuff.
Right. So what you can do is you can train them yourself, but then you have to go take a test. And Petco has a way, or PetSmart, one of them, where they will tell you which place you go to, where the person will train it. It's a veterinarian will watch the dog or the trainer or whatever, and then they will put the dog through these tests. And once the test is done, you get it written off, and then you send it off, and the federal government sends you your patch.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
It's really easy, but it's kind of expensive. Okay, so we're gonna get a lot of people in here. So this is his D&D group. Now,
DNA
I'll tell you about that. Close it. The cat wants to go out. She's looking for a way out.
There it is.
Is that the thin one?
Sorry.
Okay, so that's what this is. I'm assuming they're ending and going upstairs. Anyway, come back. Then the rest of them are. I know, just gonna do. Well, I was going to introduce you to Bear real quick.
Hi, Maggie. I'm your care coordinator. Nice to meet you.
And this was another young lady who was going to stop by and visit you today, and she works in the office over. So go to your bathroom then. So Eddie, as you can tell, is functioning enough that you can pass for a lot of people get confused and don't think he has a disability until they start working with him, and then they would realize. Because I work extensively so that he'll do eye-to-eye contact. He didn't at the time. And he would use words or sign instead of, I'm going to lay on the floor and have a fit, and you're going to deal with that. So, and he's so big, so I've explained to him that his height and weight will scare people if he gets assertive or aggressive. And they might mix assertiveness to aggressiveness incorrectly.
Yes, yeah. So my stepson is on the spectrum, and I worry about that as he's gotten taller and taller. People misunderstand.
Oh, they will.
I
I was a behavioral specialist in California before I got sick. I came up here to get a job and got sick with fibromyalgia. And I worked with many children who were very smart and intelligent, but did not have the social skills and the articulation to understand that hovering over somebody in their private circle is kind of not okay when they're trying to get a job interview, And I've been a job coach as well. And that can also, lead to a lot of where people are like, well, they're just lazy. That's not laziness. Or he's hostile because he's telling me how the book is. Well, if you give them a handbook, that's what they're going to follow. They're not going to listen to you. They're going to tell you when you're wrong, and because they've been taught that they have to follow rules. And people will be like, are you sure? Yeah. Yes, I'm sure. But then you'll meet people who believe that autism isn't a real thing. So you have that whole thing to deal with. Or you meet people that'll say, well, isn't that mean he's crazy? No.
Or you don't look autistic. That's another one.
That's
look.
Yaya's problem was he didn't look autistic, and folk rehab had him do because we had him under a diagnosis of mental illness with autistic-like behaviors.
Oh, okay.
Because he had some traits, but he didn't have enough traits to fit the criteria for autism. Also, the school had him that way, but not anywhere else. So as when he turned 18, it put him through, he's in voc rehab. And voc rehab then put him with the disabilities, Lane County. So they had the psychiatrist come out, and he's like, did they not know anxiety is a part of autism? I said, no, they didn't even teach me that when I was working.
Well, I was thinking that too. We learned so much too over the years. We're still learning to grow.
Yeah.
I'm glad he got
he's very high functioning, intelligent. He knows that there's certain things that aren't proper in social environment. The issues that he has right now is that his brain is very advanced, but certain parts of him is still very young. Not when you talk to him, like you would never get that concept. He's very intellectual and can carry on a nice conversation. But some social skills, like, there's no sexual, as far as I can tell. He has not made any hints or offers, and he may never, so that's fine. But also then, sometimes for at work and places like that, he has huge problems. And if you tell him to do something, if you don't say it as a command, it won't get done. Suggestions don't count. So he's having problems with a job coach right now because I think the job coach thinks that he understands inference, and he doesn't. He has no concept of inference. You cannot sit in the social. You cannot be someplace and assume that he's going to understand that you're making a reference to what's going on if you don't make a direct. Because she asked him if he showered, and he said yes, but he doesn't shower every day. Yes. So then she made a complaint that he's not listening to her because he's not doing what she wants him to do.
Did you shower today?
Yes. And so I said to him, I said, she told me my pants were what the problem is. My pants might not be accepted. I says, has anybody told you the pants aren't acceptable? No. So he keeps wearing his pants.
Yeah.
So she told voc rehab that he's being resistant and won't do what she says. And I said, unless she makes a command or says, do you understand you can't wear these pants?
Yes, exactly.
And then I said, when they say that to you, you tell them under the federal law of disabilities, you have a sensory disorder and you can't wear those pants.
Yeah.
If you wear those pants, your brain will start to stop on it. And the anxiety will
you're thinking about the top of the pants.
Yeah. And his are so subtle. Again, because even when he was a kid, they were just subtle. I mean, it was easier not to put him in jeans.
Sure. Yeah.
Because once you put him in sweats, he was fine.
Yep.
No problem.
My daughter also is on the spectrum. We dealt with, well, when she was little, you might have dealt with this too, when she was little, she was stripping down constantly. It was so scary getting her at school.
Or you couldn't get him in shoes, brand new shoes. You go to the store to get brand new shoes, and he wouldn't put them on, even though all the shoes he has holes in them because they're comfortable. And he never wore socks. We finally got him to wear socks for work because I told him, you have to wear socks for work.
Yeah.
And he said, okay. And then, but I know that part of the problem is having it work is because he's probably now used to it. It's been a couple of months with the socks, but the moment he gets home, where did the socks go? Yeah. And it's funny all the time. It could be snowing outside and he's wearing his Sim. That's all he wears is Sim. He didn't learn to tie shoes until 17. They had to wear, at school they got upset that he was wearing sandals and no socks in the snow. So I bought him boots. Yeah. And told him he had to wear them. Yeah. Tie boots, you know. Yeah. Because his feet are so big, I can't get him into anything else. It has to be men work boots. So then I sent him to school and I'd tie his shoes before he went to school. And then when he got there, they'd come untied and it bothered him. And he said, well, I can't tie my shoes. So somebody taught him. How to tie shoes, and then he get in tennis shoes and told him to wear them. And he brought them home and never wore them again. I said, you have to wear them to gym. And he wore them to gym. So we're having some issues because I tell people how my son is and they look at me and go, yeah, and then they do the exact opposite. Anyway, I get that because everybody has to do their own feel, you know, how it feels. But I'm going to tell you in the long run, it was much easier. Just listen to me. Yeah. You know, because it's going to be better. So, Courtney Miller is my daughter. I have a 30-year-old daughter that I live with. So I have fibromyalgia. You've seen me on a really good day.
I know fibromyalgia. It's very.
Well, cognitive fog is bad some days. I'll look at you and go, it's not just because I'm old.
You can probably explain that a little better.
Okay, so they don't know what it is either. It falls into the spectrum of a lot of chronic pain disorder. Fibromyalgia is different because the classic is if you took a human being and you were to make a mold of them, they have what's called the human seam, and it goes down this part of you and down here. You have intense pain there all the time. I feel bruised 24/7. So when I sleep, I'll sleep for 2 hours and then I wake up to roll over because if I roll over, it hurts, and then I don't sleep at all.
And that's something that just happens at random, right? They just.
For some people, yeah, it's so individualized. It's like mental health. Or autism. You have classic symptoms that you can see in traits in people, and then you'll have what I call individualism. So autism is very individual. It's a brain problem as well. Bipolar is another one because people will have a classic up and down, but it may look different. Like some people will always be in the depressive state. Some people will always be in the semi-manic, and every once in a while drop. I tend to do this for a while, and then I'll have a nice straight line, and then I hit high manic, and then a high depressed, and then I'll go back to and then people who are mentally ill are more likely to have fibromyalgia if their mental illness also has post-traumatic stress disorder to it and trauma.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and the connection to that, they think, is because for whatever reason, as you were going through trauma, the way you dealt with it was either dissociative, so it got pushed back further, or you just, and put thing. And so your body is reacting to stress, and that's where the pain comes from. There was an old article I read, but nobody did any further research on it, but it kind of explains better, is that if you think of the nerve ending as a wire, and every time adrenaline is triggered when they're in trauma, it leaves behind a residue that coats the nerve. And then after a while, there's a crusty, layer of this leftover stuff, so that the nerve is hypersensitive. So when somebody pokes you, what would be a normal feeling starts to feel like, I can get bruised from you pushing me, and it will leave a bruise on my body. So what happens is the nerves are reacting to the sensory thing, and they're going way above what would be normal, and then the person is trying to explain to their doctor, oh, in my case I get shingle-like stuff on my face. It used to be so bad it covered my whole face and down in my neck and into my eyes, and nothing helped. I had every type of medication there was to put on it and take, and nothing ever helped it until I figured out what it was, and then I take collagen and fish oil.
Oh, okay.
And I put a rose hip, which is a very soothing kind of thing on it. That seemed to help. But I had a breakout because I have a high amount of stress going on right now. And we don't have a place to go yet. And then my son's having issues, and my daughter's father, who I was not close to, died. And so we've had a lot of these. So my stress is now so high that my fibromyalgia is out the door again. There's a lot of fake cures. I say fake because, well, placebo. We'll say placebo cures because if you believe they work, they tend to work because, again, the fibromyalgia tends to be a more chemical-based issue.
Interesting.
So, yeah, they're pretty sure it's hormonal. So your brain is releasing hormonal messages. Oh, you've been poked. And the nerves are going, no, that was painful. And the brain goes, ah.
That all makes a lot of sense to me, too, that tie to PTSD and trauma.
Well, my partner is an Iraq combat veteran, and he has post-traumatic stress. So he also diagnosed with fibromyalgia. But then on top of what happens is he got ran over by a Humvee and shot. So he has normal pain, but now the fibromyalgia has kicked it out to the point that no medication can cover the pain. So he is constantly in a state of pain all the time. So trying to numb him is a hard time, and so we have to keep his stress level down a lot. And
I have CPTSD and dissociative disorder, and I'm very sensitive to just my stress levels and everything too.
Yes. I was just reading a new article about they have a new sensory disorder that's called multiple chemical sensory, and yeah. So what it is that things on your external will trigger your chronic illness. So they're also thinking. I was reading the rest of the article. There was another article connected to it that they think that other chronic disorders and other types of mental health disorders are probably also triggered by that. And that's an interesting thing because I have problems with taking medication. It's like my body's allergic to them, so I can't have them. And so I can't take any type of pain medication whatsoever. That's why it's harder on me because I'm 24 hours. Also, just not as intensely as he is all the time. A lot of time I just block it. I'm like, oh, it's pain. I can't do anything about it. So it'll make you grumpy. And so when it makes you really grumpy, you just want to crawl in bed and not do anything. I also get that flu-like feeling, and I get really tired. And then I have some of the other ones, like the more exercise I do, the worse it is. But the exercise is good, but the attacks are not as intense. They just start more tranquil. So her name is Courtney Miller. So how do we go about getting that started? And when could she start? I mean,
oh yes, I'm caught back up. So she would just need to apply on our website, and we do orientation every week. So
okay, that would be because it would be, I think, Premier also was going to send one person over, so you'd have two. But they promised that somebody who's very into D&D would be so that they could go to the game things together and go to stuff
I
like
have
that.
somebody like that in mind, but I can't seem to make the schedules work.
And he's not very negotiable in that because the D&D for him is obsessive. So I told him, well, how would you feel about Courtney? Because I didn't know if he would listen to her. And he said he would be fine, but he'd also like one other person. Which was, they was thinking from Premier. But if Premier doesn't get back to us, maybe we'll call you, and maybe that other person would like to be, we could probably work that as a drop-in because they would have something in common. Not saying you don't.
No, you're fine.
Not saying you don't. And you said you worked in the office, so that would be the thing. Because then he would know there was a second back, and maybe after he moved, he could figure out a way to make that work a different way for him. Because he's going to need a lot of support if I move out of Springfield. Now, if I'm still in Springfield, not so much of a problem. Courtney said that she would come into town with my daughter who works for Oliver. So that she would always be here at least once or twice a week. She also, her grandmother lives over on the other side of town, and she's going to start doing in-home support for her. Which is mostly shopping and making sure her medication is being taken care of. Eddie doesn't take any meds, so that's not an It's just him needing that extra adult support.
Yeah, not making sure bills get paid and
Yeah,
shopping
so
is done.
similar to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got diagnosed in September of 2021, and I called my health function. Nobody at New Horizons knew until I told them. And I had to go ask for some accommodations.
I was gonna ask you when you mentioned that the other day if you're familiar with accommodations that you can get.
Kind of. They told me some, like, I was sitting in the middle of the desk, but, like, I would start freaking out because I'm like, there's so much going on right here, and my brain is, like, racking, and I want to just curl under the table or under the desk and go into a ball. And I've gotten better with eye contact, but I'm really bad at still keeping it. And so they moved me to, like, the outside, where it's a lot more quiet, and I got different headphones, so I don't have to hear everything.
That's something I had to do too, right? So that's why I actually work from home part of the time.
Really?
You find that you're struggling some more.
Yes.